Well, I was over in Tampa, Florida, running my own company, and I had an employee come to me, and he had this green liquid. He looked at me, he said, "Drew, I want you to try this." And it looked like swamp water. At the time, I wasn't eating any vegetables. I was eating processed food, the standard American diet, or as I like to call it, the SAD diet. So he hands this thing to me. I drink it. It was okay tasting. It was a little sweet from the fruit, which I really liked because I had toxic taste buds and I was always getting cracked out on sugar, right? So I drank this thing. And what I really noticed about it was the energy. And it wasn't just a quick energy like caffeine or anything like that. It was energy that lasted much longer. And the best part about this energy is that there was no crash. This drink for me was long withstanding energy. So I knew I had to start juicing right away. I went to Costco that night, picked up a juicer, and yeah, that's how I started juicing. Well, the good thing is that I would always struggle in the gym. I'd go for 2 hours, and then my diet was terrible. So it was like I was wasting my time working out. And I had a buddy that was in insane shape. Everybody looked at him, he was like a fitness model, and he spent just as much time in the gym with me, but his results were 180 times better. So I wondered what it was. And what I realized is that by juicing and overloading all the cells in my body with nutrients, I didn't need to eat as much food to have the type of energy that I really wanted. So I was more athletic in the gym. I didn't eat as much. I was almost on a caloric deficit, which actually allowed me to burn more body fat. One of the greatest things about juicing green vegetables is that it flushes out the xenoestrogens in our body, the pollutants that are all over us. You walk outside, there's pollutants in our skin cream, the skin lotion that we put all over our bodies. And those xenoestrogens cause our bodies to store body fat. So as I was flushing those out with kale and some of the other coniferous greens, it became very apparent that the body fat just started melting away. I went from over 18% body fat down to sub 7% in about 90 days. Documented the whole entire thing, put it all over YouTube, on Facebook, and eventually people started asking me. They're like, "Drew, how did you transform? What in the world did you do? I want to look like I'm on the cover of a magazine too." And that's how these transformations really started. The benefits of juicing are, number one, you're getting more fruits and vegetables. Number two, it's immediately in your body. Compared to a smoothie, you have to blend it up and your body has to break it down. Juicing, you get it instantly, right? Number three, I believe there's a lot of healing components too. And scientific research is now showing that with different vegetables, such as cabbage, curing ulcers, such as beets, contributing to athletic performance. And the list goes on. So there's a whole myriad of benefits to juicing. The difference between juicing and making smoothies is real simple. If you take a bunch of vegetables and you put it in your blender and blend it up, you're gonna have a big clunk of solid food, basically. Now when you juice and you take it and you put it in your glass, you have a glass of liquid. Your body has to break things down as liquid. It's the digestion process. Passes through all the different glands in the stomach, and I'm not gonna go into the digestion process right now, but it has to break it down. So when you put this in, it's gonna take 2 to 3 hours to digest. Whether it is, plants, fruits, it's a smoothie, right? Which I'm not knocking smoothies, I think they're great, and they definitely have their place. But coming from a very, getting the nutrients in the most effective means possible, juicing is the answer for that. There's 2 times I like to juice. After I do a cleanse, and I normally do a cleanse like maybe every quarter or every 3 months. But I juice in the morning because juicing in the morning gives me the energy. It's the first thing I put in my body and I want it to be loaded with all of these enzymes. And the second time is in the afternoon. So 2 times throughout the day, I give my body exactly what it needs. We started a Facebook page and we get anywhere from 4, sometimes 10 stories a day of either pictures or little posts where people go into detail about how they've had these healings. And we have a Saturday strategy. You've seen those. We do those every single week. We have a Saturday strategy as well where people tell us of all of the healings that they've had. We've had all types of healings of testimony of people that have written in that said that juicing has attributed to broken bones healing quicker. We had one individual that went back after a week when it was supposed to take 6 weeks, and they were good to take the cast off, and the doctor was like, "What in the world have you been doing?" They like to say it's like a modern day miracle, when in fact it's in our kitchens. You know, it's been right there all along. We just need to use it. We've transformed thousands of people all over the country. And I believe the most important person that I've ever transformed is myself. Where I took action at a very young age. I dealt with tons of stuff, right? I was able to have a healing over that in my own life. And because of that, I think, you know, I'm just so grateful every single day that I was able to break through and have this life that is unbelievable. I mean, I get to every single morning wake up and transform somebody's life from a mindset, from a spiritual perspective, from a nutritional perspective, and that's the most amazing feeling in the world.